Shalom, Akim. How about Shem Shabbat? How about Shema Ayatah? About Shem Shai? Missing just 1 second.
Shalom.
Shalom. Good?
Khan. How about Shem Shabbat?
Can't be a moment. Officer Crawford from the I.S.U.P.K in the UK. This is a Thursday class. I have classes every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. The Monday class being the history class, Wednesday class scripture breakdown class, Wednesday being the law class, Thursday scripture breakdown class. Salakia, Amsterdam. What time is it over there?
It's 8:03.
It's 8. So in Amsterdam, it's going to be 8 till 10. So England's going to be 7 till 9. Amsterdam's going to be 8 till 10. That's classes Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 8 till 10 in Amsterdam, or the Netherlands or Holland. And in the UK, it's going to be 7 till 3. And we have it at 394 Lodge Road, B18, 5PW. Also log into the Grill, Command GEN.YAHANNA radio show. Also log into Cross the Line radio show. Subscribe to I.S.U.P.K UK, many powerful videos. Subscribe to the I.S.U.P.K Facebook in the UK. Subscribe to I.S.U.P.K United Kingdom on Instagram as well. You know what I mean? Keep up. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? Hit follow. Do what you gotta do. So any questions real quick? Answer them. Any questions, any topics, anything?
La.
Shamgar, are you there?
Right,
You got any questions?
No.
All right, cool. So today we're getting into class today. You know what I mean? It's about what people call what the white man likes to call polygamy or polygyny. You know what I mean? Polygamy is the wrong term. Polygamy is when a man or woman have multiple spouses. You know what I mean? But polygyny is when a man has more than one wife. You know what I mean? And today, you know what I mean? In 2019, it's frowned upon. You know what I mean? Christians call that a sin. That's wrong. That's a sin. You know, according to the Bible, that's wrong. When a man gets married, he walks down the aisle, and the family does that. You know what I mean? That's how him and his woman are one. If a man has sex with another woman outside of that, that's adultery, yada, yada, yada. When that's not adultery according to the Bible, man. 1 second. A second. Yeah, so as I said, yeah, that's not adultery according to the Bible. So someone give me Deuteronomy 21 and 10 real quick.
Salakia. The 10 and 21?
Deuteronomy 21 and Salakia. Deuteronomy 21 and 15, Salakia. I don't know where I got that from.
Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 15.
Let me get there with you 1 sec. One second. 21 and 15. 1 second. Bear me 1 second. All right, 1 sec. I gotta sort something out. 1 minute. All right, read that for me. Deuteronomy 21:15.
Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 15. If a man have two wives.
If a man have what?
two wives.
If the Bible says if a man has two wives, now what's key about that scripture, man? What's powerful? What do people read over? What do people not understand about the scripture, man? I'm sure why the scripture is so deep. What is the scripture saying right here, man? Anyone want to give it a shot?
So look, it's because the stipulation that says if, so meaning that it was never a question whether it was okay or not.
Oh, there you give him a hand, give him a hand. That's my lady right there, man. The Bible said if. The Bible did not say a man can have two wives, three wives, four. It said if, meaning it's normal. If I say, listen, if a man got two cars, if a man has two pairs of shoes, if a man has two coats, then if, meaning we're gonna show, meaning having more than one wife was normal back then, but it's saying this is how you deal with it, man. This is how you deal with the situation. It said if a man have two wives, meaning at this time it was normal, and at this time it was normal. The only when the white man came and started to colonize the whole planet, that's when it never became normal. What we're reading here is not having more than one wife is not even an Israelite custom, man. It's just a mankind thing. It's like drinking water. It's like breathing air. It's just normal. It's what people did back then, man. It is the norm. It's not in Chinese culture. It's not in African culture. It's not in Arab culture. It was normal for a man to have more than one wife, man. But then came the white man with his Christianity, colonizing and conquering the globe, man. I started pushing his one wife, one husband doctrine, man. The Bible said if. The same way the Bible said if a man have a vineyard, man, he cannot glean the corners, meaning it's normal for a man to have a vineyard. It didn't say a man can have one. It didn't say a man can't have one. It's saying if you do, man. And the Bible said if a man has two wives. Now when you read the law, it's gonna let you know and how to deal with two wives, man. According to the Bible, people see us with two wives and think, oh, we're just some sex, lust-filled demons that want to have loads of women and orgies. That ain't the case, man. There's rules to having more than one wife, man. We're gonna read it. You can't treat them badly. You can't, put one above the other. If you used to give one of them so much amount of time, you can't say, you know what, I'm not giving you that time anymore, give it to her. You can't do that, man. There's a balance with it. You know what I mean? It's a fair thing with it, man. We're not no lust-filled demons that want to orgy. We're not, what's his name, Hugh Hefner from the Playboy Mansion. The Bible said, if a man have two wives, man, and if you go to anywhere on the face of this planet where the white man hasn't conquered, man, go to anywhere where the white man hasn't taught his language and his philosophy and put pavement down and built buildings, you will see a man with more than one wife, man. Go watch the National Geographic channel, man, and you see an African with a plate in his lip, and around him is loads of ugly, long-breasted African women, man. You go to the rainforest in Brazil, man, where the white man hasn't conquered, man, and you see people with tribal marks on them, painted on them, and they have loads of wives around them, man. But everywhere where the white man's built up and made cities, he told people, nah, man, one wife. If you have more than one wife, that's adultery. That's a sin in the Bible. That's adultery. I mean, black man, that ain't adultery. I'm gonna show you what adultery is in the Bible also, man. Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 15. If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated.
So again, the Bible going to say if a man has two wives, man, saying if a man have two wives, this is how you deal with it, man. And that's, the Bible's a black man's book, man, because we go for this. What the Bible's about to read right now, we go through this every day. You know what I mean? What does every black man have? A black man has two baby moms, man. And one of them he can't stand. And the Bible's about to let you know how you deal with the situation, man. Every black man got the baby mom they like, they love, she don't give no trouble. Then they got the old one, man, the ex. You know what I mean? The one that causes child support on you, man. The one that turns up at your workplace and drops the kids off, man. The one that's blowing up your phone talking about you don't pay no money for this child. When you're going to come see them, man? When you're going to come take them? You're workless, man. You don't look after your kids. The Bible's about to explain how you deal with the situation, man. It's about to explain. And guess what, black man? Guess what you can't do? You can't knock her teeth out, man. You can't go and kill her, man. You can't, go punch her up, man. There's a way you got to deal with this kind of situation. See, black man, you don't understand that this is a black man's book, man. All your problems are in his Bible. Even something like this, man, is in the Bible. So you wouldn't know this because your pastor ain't teaching this. You think, nah, man, my baby mom's getting on my nerves, man. I can't go to the pastor. The pastor won't understand. The Bible's about dying and going to heaven and floating off with angels, man. The pastor, God won't understand this. Black man, God understands this, man. Your problems are in the Bible, man. That baby mom that you can't stand. The one that's all up in your pockets, man. Put you on child support, sending her brothers and her uncles to come fight you at work, man. It's in the Bible. And the Bible says if a man have two wives, one that he loves and one that he can't stand, man. Keep reading.
And they have borne him children.
And both of them, a man got two wives, one that he likes, one that, he's not really fond of, man. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, probably got a big mouth, probably rowdy. She's probably brawling. That's what my nan likes to call it, brawling. You know what I mean? One love, one hate. And both of them wives have bearing children, man. You know what I mean? You got your man, what they call today, 2 BMs, 2 baby mothers. You know what I mean? But you got children for both of them. You got children for the one that you love, children for the one that you can't stand. Keep reading.
Both the beloved and the hated. And if the firstborn son be hers that was hated.
So a man has 2 wives, one that he loves, one that he can't stand. And if the firstborn son comes from the one that you can't stand, keep reading.
Then it shall be when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath.
So what the Bible is saying here, in Israel, we got a law, we got a tradition that our firstborn son gets all the inheritance. The firstborn son gets all the inheritance. Jesus Christ is the firstborn son of Mary and Joseph, man. That's why he's special also, man. The firstborn gets all the inheritance. So he's saying, listen, if you got 2 children and your firstborn son comes from that woman that you can't stand, even though you can't stand that woman, you must be fair, man. You must say, you know what? I can't stand there. I would rather give it to this one because this one's nice. She's good. You know what I mean? When it's time to see my son, she don't stop me. Now this one, every time I come to see him, there's a problem. There's an issue. Oh, he can't come out today. Oh, no, he's busy. No, he got homework to do. Come next week. You know what I mean? Where's the money for last month? That's not enough. That's short, man. The Bible says even if the baby's born to that same woman, you still got to be fair, man. Keep reading.
That he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated.
There you go. He's not allowed that. He can't make the son of the beloved over the son of the one hated. That one is born first. Rules are rules. We must obey rules in the Bible, man. That's what separates the I.S.U.P.K from Christianity, man. That's what separates the truth from Christianity, man. We obey rules in the I.S.U.P.K, man. Christianity, they obey emotions and feelings, man. Why don't we eat pork in the I.S.U.P.K? Why? Because it's wrong. And the rules say that we can't eat pork. Why do Christians eat pork? Because it tastes good. And you know, I season mine. I season my pork. I soak mine in vinegar. I take the germs out of it, man. It's fine. Why don't we have sex with another man's wife in the I.S.U.P.K? Because the rules say so. Why do Christians have sex with men's wives? Because their feelings. She looks good. She likes me. They don't get on. She told me how all they do is argue. Christianity is emotion. We obey by rules, and rules is what make a society, man. When you go to slavery, you follow the rules, man. And what's the rules? You can't sexually harass no woman. You must deal with everyone with respect. Even if you come into work one day and a man looks at you funny, you can't go beat him up. You gotta follow the rules. And when you follow these rules, what happen? You have a nice working place, man. You have a nice working place. Everyone shows up on time. No one knocks no one's teeth out. No one sexually assaults a woman. No one curses each other out. And it's funny because when it comes to work, everybody puts their emotions aside, man. I've seen people go to work fuming. People go to work tired. People go to work hungover, were drunk the night before, man. And what do? They put all the emotions aside and they follow the rules, man. And what happens? That workplace, that slavery, what we call it the I.S.U.P.K, it functions smoothly, man. And that's how you got to live your life, black man. Put all the emotion aside and deal with the rules, man. In the Bible, you cannot put away your wife, man, regardless of feelings. And if you follow that, I'd have stopped single parent homes, man. If you follow that, black man, I'd have stopped houses from being destroyed. I'd have stopped black on black crime, man. The Bible said, thou shalt not murder, man. And I'd have stopped post-Cold War right there. You know what I mean? I don't care what your feelings say. Yeah, but he violated me. He's from this part of town. I'm from that part of town. Nah, listen, we'd have stopped all that right there if you follow the rules, man. Not your emotions, but Christianity follows emotions, man. If you're a man and you got a firstborn son from a woman that you can't stand, put your emotions aside, man. I know she's a bitch, so like, yeah. I know she's a bitch, and you know what I mean, she got a loud mouth, and she always, you know, what makes her happy is seeing the downfall of you, man. But you gotta deal fairly, man. So you know what? This is my son at the end of the day, man. My firstborn son at the end of the day. You know what I mean? He had nothing to do with this, man. He didn't ask for this, man. I'm a be fair. I'm a be in his life, man. And black man, look, this is your problems in the Bible right here. All your answers to all black people problems are in the Bible, man. White men don't go through this. Chinese men don't go through this. Black man, you go through this, man. And what you need to do is come in the I.S.U.P.K, man. And we got every problem, gangs in the Bible, man. Postcode wars in the Bible. Black on black crime in the Bible, man. Child support in the Bible, man. In fact, if you got time, I'll show you the child support in the Bible, man. It's all there, man. And it's a curse that will happen to black men, and it's also in the Bible. Read on, Amsterdam.
Which is indeed the firstborn.
And that child is indeed the firstborn, regardless if you can't stand his mom or not, regardless if his mom gets singing nerves, regardless of, all she wants to do is make you feel bad and make you feel down. That is your firstborn, regardless. That is your firstborn son, and he should get all the inheritance, man. Keep reading.
Verse 17. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn.
There you go. And he should acknowledge that son of the hated, because that son is the firstborn. Don't say, well, I got a firstborn, but I don't really see him. I don't really like his mom. So technically, this is my firstborn. Nah. The Bible says you should acknowledge the son of the hated, because he is the firstborn, man. He is the firstborn, regardless of any emotions. Rules are rules, man. At UPK, we work with rules. We work with rules, and that's what makes us so strong, man. That's why children don't get molested in the I.S.U.P.K, man. That's why men's wives don't get sex down in the I.S.U.P.K, man. That's why everyone gets treated with respect to the I.S.U.P.K. That's why we have counsel, man. Anything goes wrong, we speak about it. We have a counsel, talk about it. Because we don't deal with emotions, we deal with rules, man. Keep reading.
By giving him a double portion of all that he hath.
There you go. Your firstborn gets the double portion of everything, man. Read the Bible, read about, Jacob and Esau and so forth, man. You know what I mean? Esau technically was the firstborn, man. But he went off. In the Bible, we always give the firstborn everything, man. The firstborn was always dealt correctly, man. You know what I mean? Drop that. Give me Shamgar. It's lucky. 1 sec.
Call, sir.
You on the train or something?
Yeah. Yeah,
right,
I'm on.
No, sir. Give me your phone. That's fine. Let me get the scripture real quick. 1 second. Give me Leviticus 26:26. I'm gonna show you child support in the Bible, man. This is a curse that the Lord will put on our people, man, for not obeying him. Leviticus 26 and 26. Go on. Start from 25. Start from 24.
Leviticus chapter 26, verse 24. Then will I also walk contrary unto you.
And this is the Lord, man, speaking to blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, man. He's saying, you don't keep my commandments, I will walk contrary to you, man. Contrary means opposite, man, or opposition, man. If we're black people, we're against the Lord, and guess what? The Lord's against us. This is why we die in the ghettos. This is why black on black crime is big, man, no matter where we are, man. I've seen many black people say, what's the problem, man? We need more youth centers, man, more CCTV cameras. What's the problem, man? Do we need more churches? The problem is, black man, the Lord's against us, man. He's contrary unto us. And that's something that we can't fix unless we come to the Lord, man. That's something that Boris Johnson can't fix, man. That's something that CCTV cameras can't fix, man. When the Lord's against you, black man, you don't stand a chance. There's only one way, black man, you can get the chance, and that's coming back to the Most High. The Lord said, you disobey me, I will walk contrary unto you, man. Opposite unto you, man. Keep reading.
And will punish you yet 7 times for your sins.
And that's what you're seeing today, man. We're people punished, man. The Lord's speaking to a nation of people right here, man. Who's more punished than black people, man? All over the globe, every single country, man. Every ghetto, man. Every favela, man. Every shanty town, man. That's us. I can't say that about the Chinese, man. I can't say that about the Arabs. All right, fair enough. There's some Arabs that's suffering. Some Chinese people that's suffering. But the nation of people who's suffering, man. Black people are. We suffer in our own countries, man. You know, the Caribbean is full of many different countries, man. And in all them countries, black people are suffering, man. In all them countries, the Chinese people run all the stores, man. The coolies run all the stores. The white people run all the resorts, man. We don't own anything. In the countries that we are supposed to even own, we don't own, man. In our own communities, we don't own. In our own communities, man, the Indian man's selling you your own Jamaican food in there, man. Selling you your own Caribbean food in there. Selling your women weave when his women don't even wear that, man. We're the ones that the Most High is against, man. You can't defeat that. You can't. It's not debatable, man. The Most High is against the people here in the Bible, and that people's us, man. That's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Keep reading.
Verse 25. And I will bring a sword upon you that shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant.
There you go, man. The Lord said, listen, I'm going to bring a sword upon you, man, and that will avenge my covenant, man. Avenge means to get revenge. The Lord wants revenge. This ain't the God of the Christian church, man. The God of the Christian church, you can keep sinning against, he understands, he's forgiving, he turns the other cheek, But the God of the Bible, he gets vengeance, man. You smoke weed, the God of the Bible will make sure you get cancer, man. You're a homosexual, the God of the Bible will make sure you get AIDS, man. The God of the Christian church, fair enough, he's forgiving. He knows your heart. No one's perfect, but the God of the Bible, however, he's vengeful, man. He wants revenge. So, black man, what's that saying to you? That's saying you might want to put the weed down, man. That's saying you might want to flush them drugs, man, because you will end up behind bars. The Lord will make sure you do time in prison, man. The Lord will make sure they kick open your door looking for them drugs, man. The Lord will make sure the police will kick open the door looking for the drugs. And if not the police, some rival gang or some stick-up kids will kick open your door looking for them drugs, man. So, black man, that's how, knowing this, you should put it down, man. Knowing this, you might want to stop having sex with these whores, man. The Lord will make sure you get the clap, man. We'll make sure you get the gonorrhea and the STDs and the AIDS and the boils and all types of stuff that people get nowadays, man. Keep reading.
And when ye are gathered together within your cities, I will send a pestilence among you, and you shall be delivered into the land of the enemy.
There you go, man. The Lord said, listen, I'll put you in the land of your enemies, man. And come on, do I have to break this down? That's black people, man. We're in the land of our enemies. Why do black people speak English? Why? Because our enemies put us in their land, man. Took us to all different islands and taught us English, man. Why do black people speak French? Why? Because the French conquered us, man. Black people, we are people in the land of our enemies. Where is black land? Where is the land for black people? Why are black people in France, Amsterdam, Holland, England, Spain, Jamaica, Haiti, Puerto Rico, Brazil? Why? Because the Lord put us there. The Lord did that, man. You think Satan was behind slavery? The Lord did it, man. The Lord said, if you disobey me, I will put you in the land of your enemies, man. And we're people scattered in all different lands. The Portuguese, the French, the Dutch, all these people are the people that put us in slavery. And guess where we are? We're in their lands. Guess whose language we speak? We speak their language. And the Lord is the reason that happened. Why? Because we wouldn't obey him, man. We wanted to follow our feelings and not what the Lord said. The Lord said, don't have tattoos, man. Why do we say, yeah, but it looks so good, man. It's my body. It's body art, man. I'm just expressing myself, man. That's why we're in Aston today, man. That's why we're in Handsworth. The Lord said you can't smoke weed, man. You can't be a drug addict, man. You can't be a pisshead, man. What do you want to do? Yeah, but it feels good, man. I'm trying to have a good time, man. The Lord said you can't celebrate Christmas. What do we say? It's for the kids. It's for the kids. A bit of fun, man. It's a holiday for the kids, man. And that's why that's why we're in the land of our enemies today, man. Keep reading.
Verse 26. And when I have broken the staff of your bread.
Now, I'm trying to break that down for you, man. Read nice and slow. And I want you to try and break it down for you. The Lord saying, when I have broken the staff of your bread, we go for it slowly. Now, what is a staff for? A staff's like a walking stick. What is that for?
Con, the staff of your bread would be
Take your time, you know what I mean?
Your income.
There you go. There you go. Good brother hand, man. There you go. Now, a staff is what? A walking stick? Support? It's how you support yourself, man. And how do you support yourself today? How the Bible goes, I'll break the staff of your bread. Now, how do you get food in 2019? Do you farm? Bread just means food. It's how black people talk. You know what I mean? When black people say, yo, I gotta eat, man. They don't mean just eat. They mean I need clothes too. I need rent. I need, a roof over my head. I mean, I gotta survive. That the Lord saying here, I'll break the staff of your bread. A staff is for support, man. The Lord saying that support you have, I will break it, man. I'll make sure you lose that job, man. Any way that you can eat bread, I will break that. Any way you can make income, I will break that. And that's what the Lord does to us today. And this is how the Lord breaks our bread. This is how the Lord breaks our money and our income, man. Keep reading.
10 women.
How much?
10 women.
The Bible said 10 women, man. This is how the Lord's going to break your bread, black man. This is how the Lord's going to take your money from you, man. 10 women, man. 10 females, man. We done?
Shall bake your bread in one oven.
There you go, man. That's child support right there. Look at the analogy, man. Imagine your bread is in the oven. Your bread is in the oven and it's about to be cooked. It's almost ready. And outside the oven is 10 different women, man. 10 women ready to divide that bread, ready to divide your money, man. Keep reading.
And they shall deliver you your bread again by
And
weight.
they will give you your bread again. So 10 women are going to take their piece, how much they want, and then they're going to what?
Deliver you your bread again by weight.
And they're going to deliver you your bread again by weight. So they're going to take their piece and say, you know what, here you go. That's what's left. And that's child support today, man. 10 women take all your money, man. 10 different women take all your earnings, man, and they give you what's left, man. Luckily for black people in the UK, child support ain't that much, man. But in America, forget about it, man. In America, the white man's the devil, man. In England, the white man's the devil. But in America, the white man's the devil, man. In America, they will lock you up for not paying child support, man. Lock you up behind bars. In England, you won't get locked up. In England, they'll take your passport away from you, take your driver license away from you. You know, in America, they'll put you behind bars for being poor, man. Put you behind bars for not keeping up them child support payments, man. And guess what, black man's in the Bible, man. 10 women shall take your bread, man, divide it and give you back what's left, man. Keep reading.
And ye shall eat and not be satisfied.
There you go. And that's us. You shall eat and not be satisfied, man. Black man, what happens? You pay your rent, you pay your bills, and guess what? There's always something that's it's just never enough. Just never enough. You work, you do overtime, so you know what? Any shift, you actually boss any shifts, any overtime, any free shifts, and you take them shifts, man. Work 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs, man, and you're still not satisfied, man. You never have enough to go, I'm cool now, man. There's always something, man. There's always some engine that needs fixing on your car, man. There's always some next bill that needs to be paid, man. There's always something, always a water bill. Something always pops up, man. And if you're in the world, forget about it, man. If you're in the world, forget about it. You're making it worse for yourself. Buying them children Christmas gifts and birthday gifts. In the world, someone's birthday pops up every month, man. I did the guy at my slavery, and every month he can't save because he's buying someone birthday gifts, man. Every day pops up, oh man, I'm trying to save, but I forgot. My mom's birthday's July, my dad's is April, then my auntie, I got a birthday in auntie. So you make it hard for yourself, man. Then Christmas, this guy got what, about 10 different nieces and nephews, man, that is buying them. He can never save, man. He never got no money, man. And that's what the Bible says, man. You shall eat but never be satisfied. We eat, we live in, we ain't dying. We got a house, we got a roof over our head, we got clothes, we ain't dying, but we're never satisfied, man. There's always something we need, man. There's always something we're lacking, man. Even though we work 4 or 5 jobs, there's always something we could do, man. There's always something we got to fix, and there's always a bill we got to pay. There's always something. There's always what? Kids' school uniform. You know what I mean? Amsterdam, has the kids broken up from school yet? In Amsterdam?
Slovakia.
Had the kids broken up for school yet? Over there?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, not yet. So when did it break up over there? Is it like over here? Over here, the breakup now.
I think
they go back in September.
No, Slovakia. They already broke up. I think about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and they should start back in about 2 weeks into August. So,
okay. In England, August is the only month that no one goes to school. You know what I mean? They're back in September. And guess what? Guess what that means for you, black man? When your kids are broken from school, more money, man. That's what it means. When your kids are broken up from school for 6 weeks, what does that mean? They're not at school having school dinners, man. So who's paying all that money for all their snacks? And kids want McDonald's and they want this. They want to go on holiday. Kids want to go to the park. They want to go swimming. They want to go to the theme park. And that's you, black man. You got money, but you're never satisfied, man. Something's always popping up, man. Then guess what happens? 2 weeks before school starts again, you gotta buy a school uniform for all them kids, man. You know what I mean? You gotta buy new jumpers, new uniform, new shoes, and that's just money coming out, man. Regardless of all them jobs you have, regardless of all the overtime you're doing, something always pops up, man. You're eating, but you're never satisfied, man. Anyway, drop that. Give me Exodus 21 and 10.
Book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 10.
Slack, 1 minute. Let me get the door. Slack,
Go.
Can't start from 9. Slack.
Exodus chapter 21 and verse 9. And he hath betrothed her unto his son. He shall do.
Slack. Just start that again. Sorry. Slack. Actually, no. Read from verse 10. Verse 10 is fine.
Exodus chapter 21 and verse 10.
Can't.
If you take him another wife.
If a man does what?
Take him another wife.
The Bible said a man can take him another wife, meaning if you take another wife, meaning you got one already. This is the law right here, man. The law, the rules of the Bible, the laws you find in the first 5 books of Moses, man. And Exodus is second book of Moses? The second one, man. And the Bible said if he take him another wife, meaning he got a wife already. Did anyone know what wife means in the Bible? So according to the Christian church, they'll tell you a wife is someone that, you're married to. Once you put a ring on her finger, then she's your wife. You know what the word wife means in the Bible? In the Bible, the word a wife is a yasha. Just all it means is woman, man. All it means is woman. So when the Bible said Abraham's wife, all it's saying is Abraham's woman, man. Meaning there's women out there, loads of women, but this one's my woman. This one's my woman. But when the Bible got translated in English, to put the word wife there to make it easier for English readers to understand, man. But in Hebrew, there is no word for wife, just a woman. I mean, that's just a woman. But when I have sex with her, now she's my woman. And the man said if he takes him another woman, man, didn't walk down the aisle, didn't throw rice in a bouquet. If a man takes another wife, meaning he got one already, and he takes another one, this is how he must deal with her, man. Keep reading.
Her food.
The what?
Her food.
So if you got a wife, and you every Friday is your day, man. After slavery, for the weekend, every Friday you take your wife out for steak, something you do. The Bible's saying her food be done.
Her raiment.
And, if you're a man that gets your wife's nails done, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You know what I mean? You're not a girl clown because you love your wife. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I don't wrong you. You're not down here they call it moist. You're not moist, man. You love your wife, you get her nails done, you buy her clothes. We done?
And her duty of marriage.
And the duty of marriage. The duty of marriage is sex, man. Sex, man. If you're a man that has sex with your wife every night, you know what I mean? You're a man that buys your wife, clothes and so forth. You're a man that buys your wife food. We done?
Shall he not diminish?
Shall not diminish. Diminish means take away, man. So the Bible saying, yeah, man, you have another wife, but the first wife, you got to still give her what you was giving her before, man. You got her nails done, you must still get her nails done. You can't say, oh, I'm not getting your nails done. That money that I was getting your nails done with, I'm giving it to her. You know what I mean? I used to take you out every Friday, but I'm not doing that no more. I'm going to take her out every Friday. That's not how we deal with each other in Israel, man. You know what I mean? If you're a woman in the I.S.U.P.K, if you're a woman that's not in the I.S.U.P.K and crying about your man having more than one wife, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. Because I know many women out there that have a man that has one woman, which is them, and they get beat up, man. They get beat up, man. Their man not come home, man. You piss your man off, he'll punch you and give you a black eye, man. You piss your man off, you don't see him again, ever. At the I.S.U.P.K, there's rules that men must follow, man. Okay, he may have more than one wife, but guess what? He's always going to come home to you, though. The money he used to give you, he can still give you that money, man. The sex he used to still give you, he can still give you, man. He's forbidden to leave you. You would never be an old woman alone, man, with 10 kids. You would never be a woman walking around pushing a stroller by yourself, man. You know what? That man is ruled by God to look after you, man. You would never be in a cold house shivering alone. That man is ordained by God to look after you, man. Now you want to be a Christian, you get that man. With that man who got one wife, and when he's ready to leave you, he will leave you, man. I've seen it happen loads of times. I can't take it no more. I'm just not in love with you no more, and they're out the door, man. Now, also the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I mean? The men in the truth, we may have more than one wife, man, but we will never black your eye, man. Ike Turner had one wife, which was Tina. I mean, we also had that happen. Tina, anyone watch Tina Turner movie? She got beaten and raped and so forth. If it's true, but I'm just going by what's on paper. She got beaten, black-eyed, raped, and all sorts, man. And the I.S.U.P.K, we have multiple wives, but our wives are dealt with respectfully, man. That's right. Fair enough. Fair enough. We have arguments. We argue. Fair enough, man. We ain't perfect. Our wives will argue. We have hard times. The times where there's some patches where you're in bad patches where you're just arguing daily. We have that, man. But our wives don't get left, man. Our wife did money. We handle that, man. Our wife did help. We handle that, man. You know what I mean? The I.S.U.P.K, we don't leave no woman to your wife's alone. She got no help. She calls you. I need some help. Like, listen, you're not my problem no more, man. What's I say? I fell out of love with you. That don't happen around here, man. You take your chances in there in the world, man. Now I'm stick with my man here. He has one woman. And guess what you're gonna do? We have one woman, but he'll leave you for another woman. You get me? He will leave you and for another woman, leave you by yourself with all them kids, man. At the I.S.U.P.K, we don't do that, man. As I said, we don't follow emotion, we follow rules. Even though you're doing our heading, even though you talk too much, even though you're loud and call child support on us, we can't leave that woman, man. Because the rules say so. Keep reading. Slakia, you muted, Slakia. I'll unmute your mic.
Slakia.
Verse
11. And if you do not these three unto her, then shall she go out free without money.
Okay, now give me Leviticus 20 and 10.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10.
Okay.
The man that committed adultery.
Okay, now this adultery. Now I know what you're thinking. In church, what are we told adultery is? I'm saying, what's adultery growing up in the Christian church?
Slakia is when you sleep with a woman without marrying her.
There you go. They say, see, so you're having sex with this woman, so you're married to one woman, and you're having sex with somebody else. That's adultery. They say if you see a woman you like her, you like her, you and then get on, you have sex with her, and you didn't put a ring on her finger, that's adultery. That's what they say. Adultery is one of two things in the Christian church. A man that has a woman already having sex with somebody else. So they're saying, hold on, how can a man have two wives? If you're married to one and you're having sex with somebody else, that's adultery, man. And the other definition is if you're a man that ain't married, you didn't go in the church, you didn't do your vows, you didn't get down on one knee, you're committing adultery. That's what they say. But this is what the Bible says adultery is. I read the definition of adultery right here, man. I read that one more time. Leviticus 20 and 10 for all the Christians out there, man. Listen carefully, man. I'm going to show you what adultery is. All the Christians out there don't know what adultery is. We know what adultery is, man. So just shut your mouth and listen. You're about to explain to all the Christians out there what adultery is. And adultery ain't if you have sex before the ceremony. Adultery ain't a man having sex with more than one woman. According to God, this is what adultery is right here, man. Read it for me nice and strong. Baba Kosha.
And the man that committed adultery.
And the man that does what?
Committed adultery.
And this is what adultery is, man. The man that committed adultery, read.
With another man's wife.
And what's adultery?
Another man's wife.
And that is adultery, man. When you have sex with another man's wife, man. If you're a man and you have sex with one woman and you find another woman and she got no man and you have sex with her too, both of them are your wife, man. It becomes adultery when you have sex with another man's wife, man. Like what Chris Brown talks about, just got rich, took a broke nigga's bitch. That's adultery, man. What you see on the movie Titanic, man, Jack took another man's woman, because, he wasn't treating her right. All he cares about is work all day. That is adultery, man. What all these, for anyone that listens to dancehall music, man, Captain Barkey, they come to Bonner, man. Bon is a Jamaican expression for taking a man's woman. That is adultery, man. If for all you rap stars out there who like Biggie Smalls, Biggie got a tune called I Got a Story to Tell. Yeah, the other one where he talks about it goes in a basketball player's house and sex with his woman and stuff. That is adultery, man. Adultery is when you have sex with another woman's wife, according to the Bible, man. Now tell me your pastor to show me different. Tell me your vicar, your bishop, your deacon to show me anything different. The Bible says adultery is when you have sex with another man's wife, man. That is adultery, man. Keep reading.
Even he, that
man that has sex with another man's wife, read.
Even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife.
That's adultery. He said it twice. If a man commit adultery with neighbor's wife, indeed he that has sex with his neighbor's wife, that is adultery. A man having sex with another man's woman, man. That is wrong, man. Someone women outnumber man 7-1, man. Go get your own woman, man. Go get your own woman, man. You see a man's woman, she looks good, no problem, man. You find a woman that looks good to you, man. You see a man's woman, she's nice and slim and slender, no problem, man. You go find a nice slender woman, man. You see a man's wife and she's thick and whatnot, you like thick women, no problem, man. You go find yourself a thick woman, man. You like girls with a London accent, but she got a man, no problem, man. You find one of your own. You're in the club and you talk to a woman, you're speaking to her, blah blah blah. You ask if she got a man, she goes, yeah, I got a man. You say, all right, nice to meet you, man. I'm off. You know what I mean? You don't have to be, what's the word? You don't have to be disrespectful. We can say, you know what I mean? Oh, so what? You got a man? Yeah. Oh, no problem, man. All right, then cool. Yeah, nice meeting you. Yeah. Boom, out the door, man. That's how you stop yourself from committing adultery, man. But what do men do today? You got a man. Oh, well, you know, I'm not talking about your man though. I want to talk about me and you, man. Nowadays, it's so bad. Women have a baby in a stroller, man. And it don't stop men. I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? I don't mind, man. One of my ribs told me that before, man. She had a stroller, and the man was still talking to her. I was like, damn. You know what I mean? That's how crazy men are nowadays, man. Because men ain't following these laws, man. But keep reading. Slucky, you muted. Slucky, you muted. Oh, you did it. All right, don't swear. When you ready?
The adulterer and the adulteress.
The adulterer and the adulteress. Now, how is a woman an adulteress? Just piece it all together. A man's having sex with another man's wife. So how is the woman the adulteress in this scenario?
Shalakia, she's sleeping with when she has a husband.
Oh, there you go. Give the brother a hand, man. Come on, man. I'm still on fire today, man. So a man commits adultery when he has sex with another man's wife. A woman commits adultery when she has sex with someone who ain't her husband. And that is the only grounds in which you can leave your woman. You can't leave your woman. But guess what? Thank the Most High. The Most High didn't make us punks, man. When your woman has sex with somebody else, you must leave that woman, man. In the I.S.U.P.K. The Lord didn't make it that, you know, you're punks and you gotta take it back again and again and again. The Lord's fair, man. The Lord's fair on both sides, man. Any woman cheat on you, black man, you can leave that whore, man. Bounce, go through the door, man. Let show her that, listen, one night of, you know, binge drinking and being angry at you cost her a good man, man. Be out that door, man. Don't look back, man. Find yourself a new woman, man. You know what I mean? Don't stop crying. I forgive you, man. Show you got some backbone, man. Be out the door, man. Don't even be angry at her. Say shit at me. Oh, okay, well, I gotta leave, man. You know, what do you mean? Huh? You know, you just told me it's somebody else. I don't do whores. You know me. So you know what I mean. I come check the kid every Saturday. You know what I mean? Deuces, man. You know what I mean? And that's how a woman becomes an adulteress when she has sex with someone else that ain't her husband, man. Cardi B try to make it look good. Yeah, you know, my man's at the house. I have sex with another man. I got a side nigga. I got a side nigga and blah blah blah. Listen, God is against that, man. God is against that. I don't care what Cardi B says, man. I don't care what Little Kim says and Nicki Minaj say. God is against that, man. And this is the messed up part about it, man. All these female rappers teach you to be a whore, but they ain't whores themselves, man. They teach you to become a whore, and there's you stupid following them. I'm be like Cardi B, man. But guess what? Cardi B got a man. Cardi B got a man. Beyonce tells you to be, you know, to the left, get rid of your man. And guess what? Beyonce had a man for like 10 years now. Beyonce and Jay-Z been together for years. You mean tell me they didn't have arguments? You mean tell me they don't fall out? But she's smarter than you, man. She tells you when you have an argument with your man to kick him out of the house, to the left, but she ain't leaving her man though. There you now, you're 3-4 man in, man. 3-4 man been sampling that box, man. Oh, imagine that. Imagine 4 different men can talk about you. There's 4 different men that experience your body, man. And counting, just going up, because you're listening to Beyonce. But meanwhile, Beyonce has arguments too. There's a video of Beyonce's sister and Jay-Z fighting in the elevator, man. You mean tell me they didn't argue about that? They didn't have a discussion about that, but they're still together, man. And there's you following rap icons, man. But who you should be following is the men of the I.S.U.P.K, man. That's right. Nicki Minaj tells you women out there to go get a side nigga and so forth. When Nicki Minaj got married the other day, man. Is she married yet or is she getting married? I saw that she's getting married, man. You're there following her. Well, I'm gonna have sex with somebody else. He don't treat me right. Because Nicki Minaj said I should do that. Meanwhile, she ain't doing that though. She told you that. But she's smart enough to follow her. She's smart enough not to follow her own damn advice, man. There's, you know, 3-4 men can talk about you, man. Talk about how you feel sexually. Talk about the birthmark you got on your left cheek and so forth, man. You become a whore. And the woman that you took advice from, she's getting married, man. She got her love of her life. She got a man at nighttime. She's wrapped up at nighttime with a man in, a man in her shoes. You ain't got none because you followed her, man. And you should follow the men at I.S.U.P.K. You should follow the men at the Bible, man. We give the best counsel, man. You want counsel, you come to the I.S.U.P.K. Don't go put on Radio 1 Extra, man. Listen to a Nicki Minaj song, man. So like you're talking about that. The dab radio's on sale, you know, you still want it? Dab radio, so in Audi on sale, you know.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, no, sir. All right, keep reading. I'm gonna get there. Slack. Go on, sir. Keep reading. You're muted. Check is muted.
Adulterer and adulteress shall surely be put to death.
There you go, man. You know what I mean? Nowadays, an adulteress, you know, someone big, man. Chris Brown is Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? Back then, we'll put you to death, man. You were put to death. Kids and everybody would look like, yo, Cardi B, look at her. Yeah, kids look at Cardi B, look at that slut, man. Watch her get stoned to death, like, look at that, man. The same way, you know how you look at pedophiles in prison behind bars, look at them like, look at disgusting pedo, man. That was Cardi B right there, man, back in the day. People look at slut, man. Wish you put some clothes on. People see your bones rotting outside, and that would be the example of a whore. And kids would look and go, yo, I'm glad I'm not a whore. Yo, I'm glad I got brotherhood. I'm glad I don't look at another man's wife when I have sex with them. And that was the example, man. They be put to death. People look at them and go, psh. Like today, who's the example today? Drug dealers, man. You see them behind bars, and be like, I'm never selling drugs. I'd never want to be like him, man. And in our days, that's how it looked like. We look at Cardi B and go, boy, so what happened to her? I don't want to be that. You know what I mean? So what happened to him? I don't want to be that. Slap the other one. Say something.
Yeah, I have a piece about the ratio of men to the women.
Come.
It is Proverbs 6 and 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
Read that again.
But whoso committeth adultery with a woman.
And the Bible says whoso, meaning whoever commits adultery with a woman, any man that has sex with a woman that got a man already, man, regardless, none of your business, man. I don't care if you're going through hard times. I don't care if, you don't treat her good, they don't make her smile. See, me and her, we have that connection, man. When I see her with all that garbage, that's his woman, man. He got there before you. You got a connection. Oh, for real. Sadly, someone got there before you, man. Why you say you make love? You don't. Oh, it's all nice, but according to the rules, he got there before you, man. You know what you got to do? Find your own, man. He got there first, Salakia. That's like me saying, I drive. A man got a car, but I'm saying the car that suits me better. I drive it. I don't have to drive it properly. I don't care if you can drive it better than him. I don't care if it suits you better than him. It's his money, boy, man. He got the logbook. It's in his name. You know what I mean? He's making the monthly payments. It's his. It don't belong to you, man. And if any man commits adultery with a woman that don't belong to him, any man has sex with anyone's woman that ain't his woman, a woman that belongs to somebody else, go on.
Lack of understanding.
And if you have sex with a man's woman, you lack understanding, man. Lack means a shortage of, you ain't got no understanding. You're dumb. You're not wise. You know why? Because there's plenty of women out there, man. Get your own, man. You lack understanding. You don't understand that, listen, this is my brother right here, man. I can't do him like that, man. How are we meant to build a nation and be brothers, man? When we can't be brothers because you're having sex with all of our women, man. Women that we love, man. How are we going to be a family and be one nation if you're having sex with all of our women, man? You lack understanding, man. There's many women out there. Go get your own, man. You know what I mean? A man don't even have to be the best looking, man. A man just needs a way about him. A man can be shy. I guess what, a man can be shy. Guess what women would say, other one. Oh, I like him, he's shy. A man can be loud. Women say, oh, I like him, he's so loud. And come on, man. But you want our woman, man. Go get your own, man. Slack the other one.
Lack of understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. And
any man that does that destroys his own soul, man. Give me that one real quick, man, about a man won't take ransom and all them things, man. Come on. Please get it.
Verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man.
And the Bible said jealousy is the rage of a man. And if you have sex with a man's wife, that man's going to be angry, man. So imagine that. Imagine you got a woman, man, you love nothing, you cherish her and, getting nails done and, everything a man does to a woman, man. And another man lies in bed with her. You're going to be jealous, man. You're going to be pissed. This is your woman, man. This is your woman. And that's the fault of another man between your woman's legs, man. And another man's flesh against your wife's flesh, man. That will make any man jealous, man. And the Bible said jealousy will make a man rage, make him angry, man. Keep reading.
Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
And the man said he will not spare in the day of vengeance, man. That man will kill you, man. To spare means to let someone go, like, yo, I'll spare you, man. I'll let you go. The Bible said that man will not spare in the day of vengeance, man. He will kill you. He will kill you, man. So like the other one, could you pull up Captain Barkey real quick? And I can't remember her full name. So Captain Barkey. Her name's Bennett. Her name was Bennett. Real quick, all right. You want to take over after that? No, so the other one. The Bible said that man will not spare in their vengeance, man. Now I'm gonna show you. Yeah, death will do. Yeah, real quick. Keep reading.
Verse 35. He will not regard any ransom.
And he will not regard any ransom. Ransom is, watch the movies when they kidnap people for ransom money. The Bible said this man would not regard any ransom, man. He's not going to pay attention to any ransom. Ain't nothing you can pay him, man. You can't pay him off. You can't talk him. You can't reason with him. This man wants your head, man. Why? Because you had sex with this woman, man. And this is the famous Jamaican artist, man. You know what I mean? I love his music, man. Back in the world. Or this man, his whole career was about having sex with other men's wives. You know what I mean? His nickname was the Bonner, man. You know what I mean? The Bon means to give someone to cheat, to take a man's woman from him, basically. And all his tunes were about was about taking man's woman, man. And this man died. And guess how he died, man? By having sex with another man's wife, man. I'm about to read it in the article right now, man. And guess what? That man that killed him, that shot him, was jealous, man. He couldn't be reasoned with, couldn't be bargained with. You couldn't pay him off. You couldn't say sorry. He wanted his head, man. And why did all this happen? Because Captain Barkey, the artist, he lacked understanding, man. He did not understand it. He didn't understand that a man would be angry and kill him, man. He didn't understand that he was being a sinner, man. He was being unbrotherly, man. Keep reading.
No, either will he rest content,
and he won't be content, man. He won't be like, you know what? Calm down now, man. Nah, man. The more he sits down and the thoughts play in his mind, the more angry he's gonna get, man. And how many people are in the grave now, dead, man? How many people are in prison because of things like this, man? Loads, man. Loads. Many people that come home and see the wife and baby someone else, and both of them are dead, man. Slack. Read the article from the other one.
Captain Barkey shot dead.
In the Bible, the script this year says Captain Barkey shot dead. This is what, 5 years ago, 2012 in October. So some time ago, man. But I remember it happened like it was yesterday, man. You know what I mean? I was shocked, man. Keep reading.
Captain Barkey, who gained fame with the 1996 hit Go Go Wine.
One of his famous tunes, man. Go Go Wine, you know, good tune, man. You know, give it a play after the class. Give it a play on YouTube, man. A good tune, man. Keep playing.
Was shot dead in a parking lot of a hotel in the Bronx, New York.
He was shot dead in a parking lot of a motel, man. Come on, man. We know what happened here. What usually happens in motels, man? When people are having affairs, where do they usually go to, man? They go to little motels, cheap. You know what I mean? It's a bed. It's 4 walls. You know what I mean? The husband ain't there. And he was shot dead in that same motel, man. And that was the Lord. The Lord did that, man. This man, the Bible goes, if you live by the sword, you shall die by the sword, man. And this man lived by taking men's woman, man. And he died the same way, man. Keep reading.
Police said the burly ex-Oja, whose real name was Wayne Hamilton, 38 years old.
So,
old Tracy Bennett.
Another Jamaican name, Karen.
Were about to leave the hotel in her white Toyota Camry when the gunman sprinted out of the darkness and shot them. There
you go, man. And this gunman was her husband, not her man. Not, you know, what called the white man, her husband. Not anyone, not a man robbing them for the jewelry, was her husband. And he killed both of them, man. He went having that, man. And that was in the Bible, man. We could have told him that. He come to the I.S.U.P.K. We could have told him that, man. And that fear would have stopped him from sinning against his brother, man. And could have saved his life, man. Skip down some. Let me get to the part where it specifies that it's a man. No. But I won't go into it. You do it at your own time. This must be I think this is the early stages of the incident, so they didn't know it was a man at the time. But if you go into it, her man did it, and I think he ended up killing himself after being on a wild chase. It's his husband as well. It's a man. No shadow of a doubt. It was her husband, and he ended up killing himself. We'll get one scripture, then I'm about to leave. Right, give me 2 Samuel 5 and 13. I got a troll in here. Okay.
Second Samuel, book of 2 Samuel, chapter 5 and verse 13.
Okay.
And David took him more concubines.
And David did what?
Took him more concubines.
And David took more women, man. I mean, he had some already, and he took some more women, man. And the Bible said David was a man after the Most High's heart, man. That means David wasn't sinning, man. I'm gonna get the last one of them out, yeah? I'm gonna show you in the Bible when Jesus Christ said a man can have more than one wife, man. Get me that real quick, man. It's Matthew 25:1, man. All you Christians, they don't know the Bible, man. You know, I don't pay Christian no mind, they don't know the Bible, man. Christians stay behind their computer. Christians are watching me. I don't watch your channel, you watch mine, man, because you know, man, we're the prophet of the Most High, man.
That's right.
I wouldn't waste my time watching no Christian, man. Some homosexual Christian with a bent wrist. We know they're homosexual, man. Christian don't help nobody, they don't fix nobody, man. Christian watch us, man, because we're the superstars, man. We're the superheroes, man. You know what I mean? Who watched the Christian, man? Christians, homosexuals that, you know what I mean, they hug themselves and sing and dance, man. I'm gonna show you in the Bible where Christ said a man can have more than one wife, man. Christ gave a parable about the kingdom, man. And this is what Christ compared the kingdom of heaven to, man. Read that for me, Matthew 25:1.
Book of St. Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
And the kingdom of heaven is like what?
Likened unto 10 virgins.
And the kingdom of heaven is like 10 virgins, 10 young women. A virgin ain't a woman that hasn't had sex. A virgin is a young woman, man. The kingdom of heaven is like 10 young women. Have you done?
Which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
The what?
The bridegroom.
There you go, man. The kingdom of heaven is like 10 women marrying one, man. Now, why should Christ give that? Let me tell you something. Amsterdam, when you give an analogy or a parable, don't you make your parable something that people can understand?
Can.
So if Christ is giving a parable about 10 women marrying one man, what's that saying about Israel back then, in the time of Christ?
Multiple wives was a normal thing.
There you go, the norm, man. It was a norm. Christ would not give an unlawful parable, man.
Can.
A parable is something you can understand. The parable about the rabbit and the turtle. Because people know turtles are slow. People know rabbits are fast. People look at, yeah, that makes sense. So if Christ gave a parable about 10 women marrying one man, means at that time when Christ was walking the earth, 10 women was marrying one man. So like, right. I'm having a Officer Prussia. What's like about that?
You know, well, Officer Corrupt is going to super heavy, man. You know, like, one thing what a lot of people don't understand is that, you know, like, it's natural for a man to have more than one wife. And even when you look at history, people have always had more than one wife than a man has one wife now. Meaning, when a man has one wife, this is new. This is only like a few thousand years old. While as if you look at the ancient man, if that's what you want to say, always had more than one wife. Look at everywhere. Look at Egypt. Look at the sub-Saharan Africa, man. You know what I mean? Although they don't wear any clothes, that man has more than one wife. It's normal. So, you know what I mean? Why do people look at it as such a big shock? The reason why is that's white man's culture. Right. That's Roman culture. Right. That's the ancient Greeks' way of life. And you can research it. You know what I mean? I think there's 3 reasons why, like, they allowed men that they must have one wife. You know what I mean? The Romans done it because they was in a war and they told their enemies that, you know what I mean, that like they would take they would take a woman of their race and that they wouldn't get anyone else. And the Romans done it, and that's how they had one wife. But then even before Rome, with the Greeks, you can research this, nothing I'm making up. They basically, with them, they was dying down. And of course, they was into homosexuality heavily, man. So that with them, the leader at that time, this is before Alexander, he told them, like, look, we're going to be extinct if everyone, you know what I mean, doesn't have a wife. And then even before that, they made it a custom that a man must have one wife. Why? Because they knew if everyone's dealing with homosexuality, then the Greek population is going to be extinct. So all throughout history, anyone that wanted one wife, there was an agenda to it. While as us being the Jews, us being the Israelites, having more than one wife was normal, man. Right. Having a man having 3 wives was just a day in the life. Your neighbor had 3 wives, you had 3, your next door neighbor on the right had 4, man. It's nothing. Now, here's the problem now, man. You know what I mean? We live in a time where we've been indoctrinated with, you know what I mean, your man. I'm talking from a woman's perspective here. that, you know what I mean, your man, he must only have one wife, and if he has another wife, he don't love you. Says who? Who told you that? Who told you your husband can't love you and somebody else, man? Right. You know what I mean? And that's a lie right there. You know what I mean? How can you say all your love must go on me, man? That's like a father, he has 6 kids, and the third kid goes, well, you have another son, you don't love me. Says who? How come that father can't love you and the other 5? So how can a woman say, well, if you have sex with another woman, you don't love me? That's a lie, man. I believe it's in the Apocrypha Ecclesiasticus about before you do all things, seek counsel. And you know what I mean? You can't tell a man, well, you are with her, then you can't love me. That's a lie, man. A man has as much love to give as he has, man. And you want to know something too? Some men only want one wife. And if it hurts you, then get with that, man. But this thing annoys the life out of me. You know this man wants more than one wife here. You know it. And then when he does it, you get upset. You're like, I can't believe him. Why did he do this? I've washed his clothes. I've cooked his food. And he did that to me. Well, you knew he was going to do that. You knew this man wanted more than one wife. So when he does it, why are you heartbroken, man? Why are you upset when you knew this is what this man was going to do? And if you don't like it, or it's something you can't manage, then get with a man that just wants one wife. Right. It's easy. Don't, you know what I mean? It's not hard. You make it hard. Right. When you go, well, I know he wants one wife, but I'm special. Well, I mean, once he gets some of me, wife number 2 ain't gonna be on his mind. Yeah, you know what I mean? You're saying you're living a lie, man. You're chasing a dragon right there, man. And guess what? When you realize you ain't enough, and then he gets somebody else, I can't believe him. When you always knew, man. And you got to for me about in all things seek counsel.
Ecclesiasticus 37 and 16.
I can Amsterdam, can you get me Ecclesiasticus 37 and 16? If that's the one. Yeah, in the Apocrypha Ecclesiasticus 37 and 16.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 37, verse 16. Let reason go before every enterprise.
And I imagine that. So the Bible even tells you how to go about this. Let them reason go before any enterprise, meaning before you're thinking of doing something, let reason go before it, man. Think about it, get counsel, man. If you know this man wants more than one wife and you know you can't handle it, let reason go before it. You got some?
Even the man said about, not every man should have more wives, not to handle one. But you know, that's
and that's right. And I mean, that's heavy as well. This doesn't just apply to a woman, even a man. You know what I mean? He's got one wife. Let some reason go before he gets a second wife. You mean let him get some counsel from a wise man, and that wise man, he's gonna be honest. He's gonna go, with your one wife, you can't even handle her, man. She's giving you a headache, and you want another one. And you know what I mean? If he's wise, he will listen and go, you know what? That makes sense. Or he can handle it, and someone go, well, yes. You know what I mean? You're coming to the camps on time. You know what I mean? Every work with the Lord is running good. So yes, you can. So likewise for the man and the woman, read that one more time.
Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 37, verse 16. Let reason go before every enterprise. And counsel before every action.
And counsel before every action, meaning before you do something, because that's what an action is. Let some counsel go before it, man. And that's wise, man. You mean, like in the UPK, we don't just like force people. Do you know what I mean? We're not in the religion of Islam right here, man, where people get forced. Over here, you know what I mean? if you ain't sure, get some counsel. If you are in a courtship with someone, you can call it off. If you ain't sure, they're like, you know what? No, I've seen some things. It's not working out. You can end it, man.
Right.
And no one won't look at you sideways. Why? Because you ain't done nothing wrong. Keep this in mind. You're gonna be with this person forever, man, to the day that you die. So if you see something wrong, there's something you don't like, you have the right to cancel it, man. And guess what? You get respect for it, man.
Right.
No one ain't gonna look at you go, you left the officer at 5,000. You could be with the captain of 10,000. No, everyone respects you for it. Like, you know what? You didn't think it was right and you called it off. Much respect, man. And you know what I mean? And that's what we do. Why? Because we follow the Bible. And what did the Bible say? Let counsel go before every action. So if you hear that this man wants more than one wife and you can't handle it, then you know what I mean? Let that counsel go and go, you know what? Nah, it's not for me. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're a man that wants another wife and you know that you can't handle it, get some counsel before those actions, man. Because many people, they think they can handle something and they can't, man. They think, you know what I mean? In their mind, lust and testosterone's up to their eyes. Like, listen, I need 3 wives, man. And once that testosterone wears off and you're stuck with 3 women, you're gonna realize, you know what? I should have not done that, man. Right. I can't stand it, man. I had 1 headache. Now I got 3, man. One needs money here. One's car isn't working. One needs help with fixing up a bed, argument's sake. And you're like, gosh, man, you know what I mean? They are stressing me out. And you did that because you didn't get no counsel, man. You didn't get no counsel before your actions. You done the actions. Now you need the counsel. And that's the problem, man. So, you know, like with anything, we don't just encourage men, you know, get all the women you can. If you can handle it, man. And some men can handle it and some men can't. Some men handle 6 wives and they're in camp, in class, everything's running good. And some men, they shouldn't have no wives. They shouldn't have none, man. They should be alone to fix themselves, get themselves out of debts. You know what I mean? Show up to the camps on time, show up to a class on time. And for that, you shouldn't have no wife because you can't even manage your own life. How are you going to manage the life of a woman, man? You know, having a wife is a responsibility. It's not just sex. You know what I mean? That's what people think sometimes. If you're not in the UPK, that, you know, you having more than one wife, it's a sex fest. You know what I mean? You got the light skin one here, the big one, the skinny one, the tall one. And that's not the Bible, man. You mean, read that one more time, Amsterdam.
Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 37, verse 16. Let reason go before every enterprise and counsel before every action.
And then, man, let counsel go before every action, or you end up like Sheikh Mohammed's wife. If anyone reads, you know, for those of you that don't know, with the Sheikh of Saudi Arabia, Sheikh Mohammed, his wife left him, man. You know what I mean? Like in the Bible, it says, see counsel before every action. What the Arabs do, they make you become a man's husband. And we don't do that, man. You know what I mean? And look at her now. She escaped to England and she's seeking refuge right here to avoid this man who allegedly beats her. And all of their 15 kids, they're getting forced into some other marriages as well, man. I think I got the article up as well. You know what I mean? So in the UPK, we tell you, man, seek counsel. If you're in a courtship and you think it's not working out, seek some counsel and you have the right to say, this ain't for me, man. You got to follow me, the article on Sheikh Mohammed and his wife. Let's grab that.
1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
So now let's keep that in mind. In the latter times, what are the latter times? The last days, man. That some shall depart from the faith. What's the faith? What you get taught in the UPK, man. That's the faith. That's the truth. That's the one understanding. And even back then, we was warned that people will depart from the faith. Read on.
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
And that's the problem, man. Having one wife sounds seducing, man. It sounds nice, you know what I mean? You and your one wife, what do you say? Your nice house, the car on the driveway. You know what I mean? That's a seducing spirit. You know, like what people do. And I've noticed it. When you talk about having more than one wife, they try to make you look unorganized. Like, look at him. His life's a mess with his 3 wives. One lives over here. One lives over there. He lives with one. You know what I mean? Or what did they say? They got their 3 wives in a flat. They got their 3 wives in one apartment. They try to make it seem so downgrading, so unorganized. And that spirit that seduces you, it goes, look, man, you and your one wife, you both got nice jobs. You got your buy house, the car on the driveway. Them kids are for that one woman. That's a seducing spirit, man. And if you follow that, you have been seduced, man. You've been seduced from the truth of the Bible, man.
Right.
Read on.
And doctrines of devils.
And doctrines of what?
Doctrines of devils.
And who's the devil? The white man, man.
Right.
Having one wife is a white man's doctrine from the Greeks, from the Romans, from the Anglican Church in England. Those are the doctrines of the devil, man, the white man.
Right.
That's his doctrines. That's his understandings. But is it the understanding of the Bible? No, it's not. Read on.
Speaking lies in hypocrisy.
And now that's key. Speaking lies in what?
Hypocrisy.
Meaning they're hypocrites. And I'm going to say why. They tell you you can only have one wife. But guess what? Every Christian man, he has an affair. He's telling you, you must have your one wife. That's fornication, brother. That's adultery, brethren. And then he gets caught having sex with some other woman. You know what I mean? He gets caught having sex with little boys, man.
Right.
Having sex with lap dancers,
right.
Strippers. Let me give you an example. Dr. Umar Johnson, he's a man of the world. You know what I mean? He believes in one wife. And what happened, man? He got caught having sex with a lap dancer, right. a stripper. And then if you think I'm making it up, all of the conversations they had, she released it. It's like, I want to be with you too, man. I miss your honey buns and like all stuff that, you know what I mean? He said, but yeah, he's a man of the world. He believes in one wife. And look what he's doing, man. Speaking lies in hypocrisy. They tell you, you must have one wife. You know what I mean? You're sinning against God. You're not following Jesus. And then they get found with some woman that they have an affair with. They get found out with some woman. They, you know what I mean, lying to their wife. Yeah, you know, I'm doing the late shift at work. The boss is so mean. He said I must do 3 hours extra. You know what I mean? He's saying I must night out if you're an HGV driver. The boss said I must drive to France. And I'm not coming back till next week. Yeah, sure. You know what I mean? He's not nighting out. He's with his other woman. And I don't want to say no names. You know what I mean? I'm a HGV driver. I want Rastaman, who I used to work with. I heard him on the phone, hands-free set, man. You know what I mean? He's in the wet yard. And he's like, yes, baby. You know, man. Yeah, man. I got a night out, man. I'm in Scotland, you know. And listen, he's in Birmingham with me. I can see him. He's like, yeah, man, the boss said that's your night out. Then guess what happened? With his other woman, she came with the car in the yard and he went with her, man. Sat in the back seat so the other wife don't see him, man. And he believes in having one wife. And listen, he wants another woman. And is he wrong for it? No, he's not. But guess what he's doing? What is he doing according to what we just read? That's right. He's speaking lies in hypocrisy. If I was telling him I've got 6 wives, which don't, you know what I mean? He'd be like, nah, man. In the Bible, a man must have one wife. Meanwhile, he's a hypocrite, man. He's lying to his wife to go spend some time with his other wife, man. Right. And is he wrong for doing that? No, he's not. But guess what? He's a hypocrite, man. He would tell you it's wrong. Meanwhile, he's doing it. And I'm hearing him on the phone. Yeah, baby, I gotta go Scotland, man. The boss, you're saying that I gotta, stay there for the night. And he's in England with me, man. While he's saying it on the phone, I'm hearing him like, yeah, sure, You're in the Midlands with me. And then his other wife come through, he goes in the car, spends some time with her. I don't know if it's a day, 3 days, but he's speaking lies in hypocrisy. And we see all the time, man, your pastor, he has another wife. He may call it a friend with benefits. He may call it an affair, but he has another wife, man. And he's a hypocrite. And that's what the Bible is saying.
Right.
Read on.
Having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
And their conscience is seared with a hot iron, meaning it's embedded in their mind. Meaning you can show them in the Bible. Well, according to the Bible, having more than one wife, it's not a sin. It is lawful. But their conscience is seared with a hot iron, meaning you can show them in the Bible. They're like, no, that's adultery. That's fornication. And that's what that part means right there. Read on.
Forbidding to marry.
They do what?
Forbidding to marry.
And they forbid you to marry. They forbid you to have another wife. To marry don't just mean you have one wife. They forbid you to marry another woman, man.
Right.
They forbid you to have wife number 3.
Right.
And wife number 4.
Right.
Wife number 5.
Right.
Wife number 6.
That's right.
Wife number 10. But yeah, they forbid you, man. You got your one woman, and some men want another wife. They're like, no, you can't. You are a sinner. You got lust in your mind. And they forbid you, man. And who is that from? Doctrines of devils, man.
Right.
From the white man in Romans, from the white man in the Greeks, from the white man in Christianity,
right.
From the white man in the Anglican church.
Right.
And those things are doctrines of devils. And let me tell you something, they're all hypocrites. They all speak lies in hypocrisy. Every Christian, what happens? They get caught having an affair. Their Christian wife finds text messages in their phone of another woman like, I'll meet you at the Holiday Inn at 6. So they're hypocrites. You got something?
Even Islam, they're allowed to have more than one wife. But even they're still watered down. Even they're still Christian. They can have another wife if their wife approves of it. Like if the wife says okay. So even though Islam got a bit of that, old school Western, even that's a bit bitch made and Christian and watered down. Only if your wife approves of it, that.
And yeah, that's heavy. We're gonna get to that article in a bit. But the Islam you see in America, the UK, Amsterdam, that's the white man's Islam right there, man.
Con.
Because in Arabia, they don't believe that. They don't believe Allah loves everybody. Right. They don't believe if you don't follow Islam, we can still be friends. In the Quran, jihad, do you know what that means? A holy war, man. Oh. if you don't follow them, you got to die. They don't believe that. And in Islam, they don't believe, well, you got one wife, but if your second one, or it's like if your first one approves, then it's acceptable. In Arabia, a man's going to have more than one wife, whether you like it or not, man. So the Islam that gets taught here, that's white man Islam, so that they can live amongst, the white man. But in Saudi Arabia, that's not being taught, man. In Saudi Arabia, jihad gets taught. You being a friend with a infidel, what do they call him? Offer. That's someone that doesn't follow Islam. So they don't believe that, man. All of that's just so that they can live in England, they can live in Amsterdam, they can live in America, man. But
Salakia, other one.
Con.
About the Islam, that's heavy, man. I was talking to a guy and I asked him, why is Islam so different in here than in the Arabian countries? And he says, yeah, they're extremists and all this garbage. But when I asked him to show me in the Quran where any of those rules changed, he couldn't show me.
That's right.
Made it washed out version of Islam.
That's heavy, and it's true. Like the truth is, it has never changed. Just that because they want to come to the UK, America, Amsterdam, they water it down. But they believe all of that, man. Right. And then what's funny is you may see it once in a while where they show what they really believe in. Whether one day they'll get angry, bomb something, because that's how they really feel. But they're in the country trying to water it down, and they can't do it, man. Even though they try, they can't do it, man. They do the bombings, London Bridge, running people over, hacking soldiers to death, man. Why? Because that is real Islam. Right. And they try to, yeah, peace, yeah, brother, and all that. But they can't do it.
Try to blame on extremists. Extremists, they're far right now, man. Islam.
That's Islam. It's not extremists. And guess what? You should be doing it too, man. If you read the Quran, you should be doing it too, man. And that's something they try to hide, they try to deny, but that is real Islam. You want to know something? People that do that, they do something what a UK man that follows Islam does not do. Read the Quran. Right. That's the difference. But let's get an article on Sheikh Mohammed.
Sure.
Yeah, Khan.
The Dubai Princess.
That's right, yeah.
Khan, the Express newspaper, Dubai Princess Haya, who is Sheikh wife, fled Dubai.
So now you mean his wife, she fled Dubai to come to the UK, man. She's in the Arab embassy in London by Hyde Park. And we're gonna find out why she left, man. Everyone, people like to say, well, the Bible and the Quran, they're the same, man. No, it's not, man. In the Bible, we have rules with our wives. Even before you get a wife, there's things that you must do, man. Seek counsel, seek advice. And if the courtship ain't working, say no, man. Don't get with that person. Read on.
Dubai Princess, otherwise known as Haya bin Hussein, has fled her husband Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum evidence, the ruler of Dubai, who is Haya bin Hussein.
Read on. So now she left her husband, she fled, man. She got on a plane behind his back and came to London, England, man. Read on.
Princess Haya is reportedly living in London, having fled Dubai where she lives with Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum. She has since applied for a forced marriage protection order.
She did what?
Applied for a forced marriage protection order.
Imagine that, man. Meaning she was forced, man. We don't force no one in the UPK. No one ain't trying to force you with someone. We read the Bible, man. We know how it's done. And even this year, when a man has more than one wife, he's not having some sex fest where, he's like, listen, you must be with me, man. These women, in getting to know you, they can say, nah, it's not for me. You already have one wife and it's not for me. But like I said before, if you know this man wants more than one wife and you can't handle it, that's not for you. Don't get with him. It's as simple as. So she, what did she apply for again?
A forced marriage protection order.
You read on?
From the High Court, Princess Haya has also asked for the worship of her children and non-molestation order.
A non-what?
Non-molestation order.
So what does that mean? Why would she apply for a molestation order?
Molesting kids or something?
That's right. This sheikh is molesting his kids, man. So she's escaping all of that, man. She was forced to marry a man that has demons on him, man. Molesting kids is a demon, man. And he has that on him. She was forced to be with this man. And in the UPK, we don't force no woman, man. A man can have more than one wife, but no one ain't forcing you to be with that man. You have the right to go, but it's not for me, man. And in a marriage, a lot of people, they hear multiple wives and they assume things and never ask us. They just assume stuff and never ask the priests and the prophets of the Lord. Like, all right, online, what things come into people's heads when you hear of a man having more than one wife, what are the natural assumptions? I'll give you a moment to answer. Yeah, go.
Slakia. Slakia, can you repeat the question?
See if anyone wrote anything. All right, for time's sake, you know what I mean? I'll have to answer it myself if we're up to date.
People assume that the woman's upset and depressed and unhappy, or she's being forced. You know, like she's in a position she don't want to be in. And I think people assume that, oh, you know, she's being bullied into it. You know, she's being forced, and there's a lost filled with demons and stuff. You know, it's all about sex. So that's what I think.
That's
what Line said that it won't work.
Nah, that's not what. Like, all right, the average man. Just say, you know, I say to someone the first time a man's allowed more than one wife, what comes into their mind for time's sake? They think, you know, this man's gonna have some sex fest where, you know, the women are oppressed and he's abusing them. It's like, you're my wife and you're just good for sex and I'm gonna have sex with her and her and her, not knowing that it comes with a responsibility. Sex is the last thing, which a lot of people never ask us. Sex ain't the first thing. You get to know this person. You get to, you know what I mean, know the person inside out, man. See if they're for you. Then you have sex. Sex ain't the first thing. It's not like, you know, all right, you're my wife. I had a one night stand with you. My second wife, I just had a one night stand with you. My third wife, my fourth wife. And then what's the next thing? They start to think, you know what I mean? Well, these women are oppressed. They're under this nymphomaniac's, you know what I mean? They're under his dominion. They're under his control, and he's just some sex freak. And that's what people assume, and they never ask us. They never ask us about, you know what I mean, what happens before they become husband and wife. You know what I mean? Now, what we do ain't like what the Arabs do. Like with this woman, what's her name? Princess Aya. You know what I mean? She was forced into a marriage with a man that is molesting her kids, man.
Right.
She put out a order that, you know what I mean, that a molestation order for her kids against this man, man. Read on.
Come on, God. The hearing of an application began in London today. Who is Princess Haya?
Yeah, it's a bit.
Princess Haya is known as the wife of Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum, ruler of Dubai, of the owner of the Godolphin horse racing stables. The Sheikh's sixth and most junior wife, have been married in 2004.
This now, she's his most prominent wife. But now, have in mind, she was forced into a marriage with this man, and look what she's finding out now. So, you know something? If you're a woman online, you better be thankful for what we do at the UPK, man. You know what I mean? We're not trying to force you with anybody, and you end up marrying some demon, man. You have a courtship. She never had it. And now she married this man and he's molesting her kids. She had to seek, what's it called? Expedition or extradition to the UK, man. So you lot better be thankful for commanding General YAHANNA, man.
Right.
For what the general set up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or otherwise, you know, if you want to leave the UPK and just have some one night stand with someone and you don't know him, that's on you, man.
Right.
Read on.
The 45-year-old comes from nobility as the half-sister of King Abdullah II of Jordan. Princess Haya was born in May the 3rd, 1974, the King of Hussein of Jordan, the third wife, Queen Aliyah. Although she was born and raised in Amman, Princess Haya ventured to the UK for her education to attend Badminton School Girls in Bristol. She later returned to Oxford University. She graduated with a degree in philosophy, politics, and economics. Princess Haya has 2 children for Sheikh Mohammed.
Yeah, we don't just get a little more than we'll cut this.
The princess is reportedly close to the British royal family and owns an 85 million property location near Kensington Palace. Haya and her husband were considered a perfect couple before their marriage broke down.
Before what?
Their marriage broke down.
And it's bound to happen. When you force something, you don't know that person, man. That's why at the UPK, you better be thankful, man, that you get to court somebody. And you know what I mean? Why? Because we read the Bible. We know about counsel. We know about, you know what I mean, seeking advice before every enterprise, like what we read. And look at them, man. They got forced and then the marriage broke down. She knows stuff about him that she won't say, man. Read on.
Haya and her husband were considered a perfect couple before the marriage broke down, and they regularly appeared together in social events. Sources.
And that's key, man. All that one wife stuff is for face value.
Right.
They look like a perfect couple and they hate each other, man.
Right.
In Christianity, yeah, you're allowed one wife, and you know, you lot don't know each other. You let us go on image, and on face value, it looks nice, man. They got their nice buy house. And you know what I mean? Is it me? They all got his buy house in some nice avenue, cul-de-sac. You know what I mean? And then they got the nice Jaguar on the driveway. On face value, it looks nice, but guess what? They hate each other, man.
Right.
I've watched, you know what I mean? Not ranting. I watch, like, you know what I mean, those shows on like My Wife Tried to Kill Me, Hidden Killer. And do you want to know a fact? 90% of those shows, it's about a wife and a husband. Those that want them dead, it always involves a wife and a husband, man. You got some.
And then in the same shows, when they speak to, like, you know, neighbors will say, "You seem cool to me. You seem happy to me." On face value, you know, all of them, but they got to kill someone, you must have problems. You know what I mean? Like, all the neighbors will seem cool. I never seen no issues. And
they have it. If you've never heard it on the mic, regarding the face value, as what the officer said, everyone that lives around them goes, they seem fine to me. They seem happy. They both went to work. Yeah, they both had the things of the world, but they didn't have the things of the Lord, man.
Right.
Yeah, they looked nice and they had the wealth, but they hated each other. And that's why that wife took his life. He found another woman and wanted the first wife dead, man. You know what I mean? And why? Because they don't know each other. Read on.
Sources close to Princess Haya say she escaped after she became aware of new information surrounding the attempt to escape of Sheikha Latifah, one of Mohammed Sheikh's daughters.
So now it's not even his wife that wants to leave him only, even his daughters, man. Why do you think his daughters want to leave him? Well, she wants to get her kids because they're being molested. And then now, from one of his other wives, his daughter wants to leave as well. 9 times out of 10, I can't say it's fact. She's probably being molested too, man. That's why she planned her escape too. Read on.
Sheikh Latifah escaped from UAE in 2018 and returned to the country after an armed interception.
So she got stopped. She was trying to leave, and the Arab armed forces stopped her on her way. But here's the thing, man. These men in the UPK, you better understand that these men are gold, man.
Right.
You hate them for having more than one wife. Or, you know what I mean? You look down on them. And look at this guy, man. This is Sheikh Mohammed. Rich, man. Got all the money. Owns a racehorse in place in Dubai. Millionaire. And, you know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of women want to get with him. And he'll molest all their kids. Meanwhile, at the UPK, no man's going to molest your kids. Yes, he's going to have another wife. He might have 3 wives. He might not be home all the time because of doing the work under commanding General YAHANNA.
Right.
But he won't molest your kids, though. He won't sleep with no whores. You won't have to, you know what I mean, leave the UK and go seek, you know what I mean, go seek safety somewhere else because he's molesting your kids. And that's why you need to understand these men are gold, man. Give me Isaiah 3:1. No, Isaiah 4:1. Isaiah 4:1. Yeah, give me that. Isaiah 4:1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 4 and verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
Oh, suck it. If start from, matter of fact, start from Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah 4:1.
Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
All right, so now here's a problem now. You got a fake Israelite group saying in that day, talking about the kingdom of heaven. Now, here's a problem. That day ain't talking about the kingdom of heaven, man. That day is talking about right now, man.
Right.
2019,
Right.
the first of, what day is it? The first of August, man. That day is right now, man, that Evan Iman shall take hold of one man, man. It ain't talking about the kingdom of heaven, and I'm going to elaborate on it as we read on.
Saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name.
And then, man, meaning the woman saying, I'm gonna work for myself. I'm gonna supply my own food to eat, but let me be called by your name. Let me be under you, man. Let me be called your wife, man. And that's the times that we're living in, man, where, you know what I mean, a woman, she needs a man, man. In these last days and what is about to come, if you're a woman with no man, shame on you, man. Right. If you're a woman with no man, Lord be with you, man. You're going to need a man to change that car tire. You're going to need a man to fix those cabinets. You're going to need a man to protect you at night. And guess what? These women, they know it, man. These women are wise enough saying, listen, I'll look after myself, but let me be your wife. Let me be called by your name, man. Because they know it. Every woman needs a man. Every woman needs a hedge. Every woman needs protection. That's lucky. Shalom, sir. Yahweh Shemi Habashai Barake Asa. Understood, sir. Understood, sir. Understood, sir. Can't add one cancer. Understood, sir. I got that, sir. Can't add one can. Can't say Yahweh Shemi Habashai Barake Asa. Can't. Yeah, just read that for me again. Isaiah 4:1.
Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name.
And it's this day right now, man. And you know what I mean? If you're a woman that hasn't got a man, you know what I mean? In the UPK, you know, there's many soldiers, man, many officers. And you know what I mean? You can get with one of them, man. And these men, they will protect you, man. You know what I mean? It's like about shame, you know what I mean? Being, you know what I mean, not having a husband, that's not a shame, man. You know what I mean? In the Bible, it says, you know what I mean? Who the Lord put together, no man can put asunder. Everyone finds that person at the right time, man. And you know what I mean? for some people, you will be another wife of another man. But regardless of that, you know what I mean, you're going to be under someone. You know what I mean, you're going to want to be under them. Because why? Because any man, he provides a hedge, man. He protects you. If you're in the bed with him and you hear something, you're like, you know what I mean, you need to go down. Why? Because he's a man. It's natural. It would be very strange if like she went down. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be the norm. Why? Because every woman knows when it comes down to it, that man, he provides that hedge, man. He's gonna fix that car tire. He's gonna do them things in the house that, not being rude, that some women just can't do. You know what I mean? Read on.
To take away our reproach.
Right now, so to prove that, it's talking about these days. You know what I mean? Because I know what fake Israelite groups say, that, you know what I mean? Well, that's the kingdom of heaven. Start from Isaiah 3 and 25.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword.
What did the Bible say?
Thy men shall fall by the sword.
So now the Bible is saying thy men shall fall by the sword. And is that happening now? Are our men dying from what? Knife crime, gang crime, war on drugs. Our men fall by the sword. So think about it. If the men fall by the sword, then for a woman, what does that mean?
Less men for her.
That's right. There's less men. So how's that talking about the kingdom of heaven? So in the kingdom of heaven, are we going to die by the sword? You mean we're in the kingdom of heaven where, you mean, it's the best place to be for a black man and a Hispanic man, and what, we're still falling by the sword? That don't make no sense, man. We're talking about now, we're dying right now, and right, think about it now. Matter of fact, no, you don't even need to think about it. You see it every day. In the UK, who's researched it? How many black men are locked up, man, for, you know what I mean, manslaughter, murder, crime, armed robbery, many of us. So these men ain't even dead. They're locked up doing 20 years, 30 years, 15 years, 5 years. That's men already. How many Israelite men are homosexual? So meaning they're not looking at a woman at all. Then now, how many of us are dead? So for a woman, what does that mean? They have a lack of men. You got some. So for a woman, that's a lack of men. You know what I mean? There's a lack of men. So even naturally, a woman's going to have to share. A woman's naturally going to have more than. Lucky, 1 second. Also too, for some women that don't have a man, with the school, the UPK, that's your man also, man. And likewise with any husband, you look after him. So if you ain't got a husband, this school is your husband, and what do? Make sure the brothers eat before camp, man. Make sure that, you know what I mean, everything you can do for the school is being done, man. The same way you will look after your husband, this school is your husband, man. And you make sure you look after it, man. The brothers are fed before camp, man. The brothers are looked after. You got something?
Luke 2 and 36. And there was one, Anna, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel.
There was who?
One, Anna, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel.
So now this is a woman in the Bible. Read on.
Of the tribe of Asher. She was of great age and lived with a husband 7 years from her virginity. And she was a widow.
And she was what?
A widow.
So she was a widow. Her husband died, man. She was a widow. So her husband died. And let's find out what she did.
of about 4 years, which departed not from the temple.
And then she did what?
Departed not from the temple.
Meaning the school was her husband, man.
Right.
She departed not from the temple, meaning she stayed there, man, helping the priest, helping the brothers, feeding the priest, feeding the men of the Lord. And that's an example right there of a woman who her husband died. Now, of course, for some women, their husband ain't dead, but still, you follow that example, man. Right. And you don't depart from the temple. You don't depart from the UPK.
Right.
You don't depart from the work of the Lord. You don't depart from feeding the brothers, clothing the brothers. You know what I mean? And likewise, the Lord, he will bless you too, man. You will get a husband. You know what I mean? Also, don't depart from the hair, man. Braid the hair, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm kind of losing my hair a bit, but in school, some brothers got some hairstyles that the sisters do that I'm like, you know what? They're doing their job, man. I see brothers with some hairstyles making me jealous. Like, I mean, not being rude, I got the M hairline, the McDonald's hairline, but you know what I mean? Some of these brothers, I see their hair and I'm jealous, man. You know what I mean? Being jealous is a sin, but I'm jealous in a righteous way, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? So the sisters do their job also as well, man. Where was we? Yeah, in Isaiah 3:25.
And thy mighty in the war.
And thy mighty in the war. In what war, man? These gang wars, black on black crime. That's a war, man, against ourselves, genocide. And the Bible saying that the mighty men, that the men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war. What war, man? The war that you see in Amsterdam with these gangs. The war that you see in America, the Bloods and the Crips, the CV-13s, MS-13s. The wars in the UK against Mosside versus Longsight, Handsworth versus Aston. Meaning a lot of our men, they're going to die. Read on.
Verse 26. And her gates shall lament and mourn.
So hang on now. Her gates shall lament and mourn. So who is lamenting at these gates? AKA the kingdom of heaven. Who's lamenting in these gates? That's right. But who though? If the men are dying, who is lamenting at these gates? The women are crying, man. Their sons have died, their husbands have died, and these men have died. So women are in a lamenting stage, man. So how is this talking about the kingdom of heaven, man? This is talking about 2019, August the 1st, man. It's talking about now, and also, you know, the 80s, the 70s, 60s, 50s, however you want to take it. But this is not talking about the kingdom of heaven, man. Read on.
And she being desolate.
And who?
She being desolate.
Read on.
Shall sit upon the ground.
Meaning there's a lack of men. This ain't talking about the kingdom of heaven. So in the kingdom of heaven, there's going to be a lack of men. In the kingdom of heaven, the women are going to be crying at the gates. When the kingdom of heaven is the best time, the kingdom of heaven is when we rule. So you're telling me in our rulership, people are going to be lamenting at the gates. It doesn't make no sense. Read on. Isaiah 4:1.
Isaiah chapter 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
And in that day, what day, man? These days, 7 women in this day, when, you know what I mean, with like the truth, it comes out that a man can have more than one wife. These same women, they're going to take hold of one man, man. Read on.
Saying, we will eat our own bread.
Read on.
And wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name.
And they're like, listen, you mean, we know that there's a lack of men and we want you to be our husband, man. We want you to be our Adawan. And they're like, listen, we'll work for ourselves. We'll supply food for ourselves. But let us be under your name, man. Right. Let us be your wife. And is that happening in the kingdom of heaven? No, it's not. It's happening right now, man. Read on.
To take away our reproach.
I know sweat. Let me get the fine gold bit. Where's that? Oh, that's Isaiah 14. No, so which one? Isaiah 13 and 12. 13 and the 12th verse.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
I listen to what the Bible says, man. A man is more precious than fine gold. Now think about that. What makes gold a valuable thing? It's rare. Something that everyone has, that's not valuable.
God.
You mean if you got rocks everywhere? All right, is rocks valuable? No, because there's rocks on the beach, rocks on the mountains. Gold ain't everywhere. And God's saying a man of God, his fine gold, meaning his rare, that's what makes you valuable. Because something that is rare, that's valuable. Diamonds are valuable. Why? Because diamonds ain't everywhere. Diamonds are only found in certain parts of the earth. And that's what makes diamonds rare. Gold is valuable because gold is rare. And listen to what God says about you, officers, captains, generals, man.
Right.
Everyone in the school, listen to what God says about you. Read that one more time.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
And that's you, man. Everyone in the UPK, you are fine gold, man.
Right.
You are rare. To find a man that can manage more than one wife, you are rare, man. To find a man that don't lie about having more than one wife, you are rare, man. And to find a man that's willing to die for all of his wives, you are rare, man. And that's why you are that fine gold. Give the one in Jeremiah about a woman shall ask a man. Yeah, that's the one. I believe it's in Jeremiah 30.
Isaiah 43:19. One.
Nah, I believe it's in Jeremiah. That's Jeremiah
31 and 22.
All right. Yeah, it is Jeremiah 31 and the 22nd verse.
Jeremiah,
22.
book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O the backsliding daughter?
And now listen to what God's saying, man. We are backsliding. Now, in the context of this class right here, we're backsliding from even the doctrine of a man having more than one wife, man. We're following lies from the Romans and the Greeks, where, you must have one wife only. And we're backsliding from the knowledge of the Lord. Read on.
For the Lord had created a new thing in the earth.
So now listen to what the Bible's saying. The Lord's going to do a new thing in the earth, meaning it's recent, something new. That's recent. Read on.
A woman shall compass a man.
What did the Bible say?
A woman shall compass a man.
And that's the new thing going on right now, man. Many men think, I can only have one wife because my wife's going to be upset. And that's a new thing where a woman tells you what to do, man.
Right.
That's a new thing where a woman's like, well, listen, if you have another family besides this family, you got to leave, man. That's a new thing. And the UPK, that new thing don't exist in here.
Right.
In the UPK, that new thing don't exist. We follow the old path, which is in the Bible in Jeremiah 6 and 16 about ask of the old path. Ain't no new path living in here where a woman's saying, well, you got another wife, you need to leave this house. First off, a woman ain't telling you to leave no house because it's your house, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? With the new thing, that's what you see now, man, where a man just under his woman, like, the wife wants me home, you know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? And I've seen it, man. Let me tell you something. at my slavery, there's some big Edomites, man, 6'3", do kickboxing, and their woman has them on lockdown. You know what I mean? While we're just, you know what I mean? Obviously, they're not my friends. Let's make that clear. But of course, you know what I mean? Actually, slavery, you know what I mean? You talk to people, people talk to you, and their phone rings. The answer is like the saying, kind of the one, kind of like, yeah, hello? Yeah, love, you know, I'm going to be back soon. Like, and that's the new thing, man. Where the woman passes you, the woman is above you, and God says that's a new thing, man.
Right.
Read it.
It's like the one. Like, I've seen like gang members and man in and out of prison, everything, and the woman be poking in the face and shit. Be scared of the woman. They'll leave the room, they answer their phone. I'm like, you go to prison and you know fight big people in jail, get burnt with hot water in jail, lockdown, 24-hour lockdown, and you can't control a petite little woman. That's mad. I never understood that.
Can't. And there's a video. We don't need to find it. It was in America. One huge brother. He must have been 6'5" and like big. Like he was to fight in boxing. He would be the super heavyweight division. This guy is big, and his woman from the video looks about 5'2", and all up in his face. It must have been McDonald's had him the food in his hand, slapped the food in his hands like, babe, what did I do? What did I do? Like I'm like, you're taking that. And that's the new thing, man, where the woman come past the man. You know what I mean? How dare she, man? You know what I mean? Of course, no man should lay a hand on a woman, but she should be afraid of him. Like, look how big he is, man. I don't want to get him angry. Meanwhile, the new thing where a woman can't pass the man, this big guy slapped the food at his hand. Like, what's wrong? What have I done? What did I do? Like, jeez, like, you know what I mean? And that's something that in the UPK, you better be thankful for, man.
Right.
You got the wisdom of the Lord. It don't matter how big you are, as big as he is, he lacks in the wisdom of the Lord.
Right.
And that's why his woman's doing that to him.
Right.
Because he lacks the wisdom of the Lord. And that's why in the Bible it says wisdom conquereth all, man. In not second Ezra's, first Ezra's, where they spoke to the king, a woman said the woman's the best. A woman said that the knowledge is the best, man. And the knowledge conquereth and it ruleth all. And believe me, it does, man. If you saw that video, you would say it too, man.
Right.
So when that's the class with that, I'm handing over to priest and officer of 5,000, Karafia.
I finally teach you how to move ISUPK security announcements. With the I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohanna, rule for a new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will call each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10 penny Hebrew ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest fund, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is a Feast of Trumpets. Or Akam and Akba, check the bulletin board in the hallway and check all I.S.U.P.K social media. That's I.S.U.P.K Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter also.
Twitter, that's right.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and headscarf. And with that, I heard him, rise face to east, and the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamkar, Yahweh, Malak of God, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazak, Kawal, Hayah, Washamayim, Nafaninawa, Nakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawafnawa, Kabawafinawa, Wala'ah, Sabayinawa, Wanasaya Abod, Kawashinawa, Mayan, Right, Kaya, Lakab, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahapapara, I will love you, Aman. And in the English,
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
And the prayer for the power that have come. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Baba Kusha. Nafanda Nawa. Hakam. Lara Pa'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Madawa. Hakam. Lataha. Hamatazarayim. Hakam. Lahakuyam. Hamafiyam. Hakam. Arakawa. Hatama Nagarashan. Ba'ashem Yahawashi. The water Aman. And in English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahawashi. Please give us the power. To heal. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahawashi. Thank you. So be it. And the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahawashi. Wa Mayaka Alahayim. Mataz Abiyah. Alawak Yahanna. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kwatazayanyam. Ha Kaliyam. Wa Akwafiyam. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahawashi. The water Aman. And in the English, bless you Yahweh. And Yahawashi. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yahanna. The generals. The captain. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahawashi. Thank you. So be it. And the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. In the name of Yahawashi. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses. And punishments and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Thy prophets. The teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school, sent evils and curses, and punishments and destruction, to the heathen, and shake loose the treasures, of the rich of Israel, that refuse to give to the school, force their riches, to enter into thy sanctuary, send evils and curses, and punishments and destruction, unto the Edomites, and the nations, and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Asian, skinheads, Pastor the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels, convict the spirits of any of thy
people
of any of thy people
that seek to stop us
that seek to stop us
and bring swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way
that stand in the way
or try to stop us
or try to stop us
from broadcasting your words
from broadcasting your words
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro
Through the earth and consume them.
through the earth and consume them.
Let the plagues shake the house of the thief.
Shake the house of the thief.
And the murderer.
And the murderer.
Let Yahawashi.
Let Yahawashi.
Michael and Gabriel. Come down with the flying horses.
Come down with the flying saucers.
And punish all the heathen.
And punish all the heathen
that come up against us.
That come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That is the angels.
That is the angels.
That have on it.
That have done it.
Cause it to be spread.
Cause it to be spread
through the media.
Through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake.
Cause them to shake.
At thy coming.
At thy coming.
In the name of Yahawashi.
In the name of Yahawashi.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it. I'm going to bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahawashi.
Ba'ashem Yahawashi.
Barakanawa.
Wayasha'ala. Wahabaya. Sapaya. Barakapa. Hagun. Officer Agawa. The Gordon family. The Bennett family. The George family. That's it.
Ba'ashem Yahawashi.
Ba'ashem Yahawashi.
The Wada Aman.
The Wada Aman.
And what we said was, Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Jesus, thank you. And so be it. And with that, we'll give one clear speak to the teacher. Men of Israel, Aman Shabbat. Aman Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Barakatham.
Yajamata. Class dismissed.